Does live screen is working or not? If no, check if power diagnostic is done. Then, if your power diagnostic is not done, you can go to power supply failure. But if it's done, check if the video diagnostic is done. If video diagnostic is not done, you can proceed to video failure diagnosis chart. But if the diagnostic is done, check if the RAM are much seated. If it's not much seated, reset RAM and install fair. But if the RAM is much, go to the checking CPU if it is seated flat. If it's not seated flat, reset CPU and hit sync. But if the CPU is seated flat, check if the fan on heatsink is active. If it's not active, check fan power point or replace it. But if fan is active, here if it is beeping. If it is beeping, replace RAM with type listed in motherboard. But if no, check the motherboard if it is held default. If it is don't have default, restore default motherboard. If motherboard is default, check if the bench is running. If it is running, locate short binding or swap case. But if bench is not running, check if the swap CPU is working. If it's not working, the motherboard is the problem. But if it's working, the problem is CPU, voltage, and heatsink.